Hi, my name is Dayle Mazzarella. I'm a Fly Fishers International Master Casting Instructor, a longtime Wyoming fishing guide, and an award-winning coach and educator. I've put together this video series that I hope will help you become a better fisherman, catch a lot more fish, and I hope you enjoy it. So enjoy yourself, have a good time, and let me know what you think. Let's talk about accuracy. Accuracy for somebody who's going to actually fish is pretty darn important, and being able to quickly get to a spot is really important. So I've got a number of drills, and I'd like to show you those drills. I've chosen to do the first one. The wind, you can see by that ribbon, is actually, I've got all my targets set up to the right, and my right, your left. You're going to see that in a minute. And what I'm going to try to do is hit those targets and then eventually hit them at random and see how fast I can get and how close I can get. You can do the same drill just by walking around a park. Walk around a park, you see a leaf, try to hit the leaf. You see a little stick on the ground, try to hit a stick. You see a sprinkler head, try to hit a sprinkler head. You see a manhole cover, whatever. Just keep different distances, different directions, and just work at it, because it's not going to be something you can practice, especially if you're targeted. You're going down a river. You're going down a river and in a drift boat, and you've got a bank that undulates, and the boat is undulating to some extent. No matter how good the guide is, the distance to the bank is going to change, and you're going to want to get right up to that bank, which means you've got to make instantaneous subconscious decisions with your neocortex to be able to hit those targets. And the only way to do that is an awful lot of repetitions. So I'm going to show you some drills that I do to work on practice. The first one would just be, go ahead and practice at just set up a cone at 20 feet and practice 20 feet. Set up a cone at 25 feet and practice hitting the cone at 25 feet. Remember, most of the time, in order to have good, accurate casts, especially with this kind of a breeze, you're going to have a fairly tight loop, and you're going to have good tracking. Now, you're going to see sometimes that I've got way too much line out for a target close to me, and I'm going to have to use some kind of a dump cast to hit that target. So, again, there it goes back to use the appropriate casting arc, the appropriate type of tracking, and the appropriate loop size to create the end result that you want, which is hitting a target and catching a fish. And then we're going to talk a little bit about a couple other ones that are moving targets that you can use too to practice if you're fishing for bonefish and redfish and that kind of stuff. But I tell you, this is a fun thing to just go out and practice. It's like a guy going out on the golf course and practicing just putting. Same kind of thing. So this is very important, and I'd suggest you do it on a regular basis. So I've got about, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cones spread out at different distances, anywhere from 20 feet to probably 55 or 60 feet, maybe a bit more than that. And what I'm going to try to do is just see how fast I can get through all the cones. And then you could do the same kind of thing and just take your time. Hit a cone, hit a cone, hit a cone, even if it takes you 3 or 4 tries. What I'm going to do is try to make as few false casts as I can and use a lot of shooting to get to that target as quickly as I can. So the first one is this yellow cone right here, and I'm starting like I would with a quick cast. And obviously I have too much line, so in this case, again, you're going to see different techniques to get to these different cones. This one is going to be sort of a dump cast with pulling my arm way back. And I had to adjust for the wind. If you look at the flag, you can see the wind's blowing. So now I've got that cone. There, that cone. Pick it up. That cone. This one here, I've got to dump it again. That cone a little bit off. Try it again. Almost hit it. That yellow cone. Boom, got it. This orange cone. Got it. Far blue cone. A little bit short, my line tangle, got a stick in it. Let's try that again. I'll pull it back to this orange cone, blue cone. Landed right on it. Orange cone. A little off to the right, a little short. Still a little off to the right, but pretty close to distance-wise. Okay. Way off, so we'll try one more time. There we go. There, that almost hit it. So now, what I could do now is just practice, let's say, that far cone, because that seems to be the one I had the most problems with. Got it. Pick it up. A little bit off to the left. Right almost on it. Short cone. Look what I do with my rod. Watch this again. I got too much line out, but I want to hit that real quick, so watch my rod. Pull it back and dump it. Pull it back and dump it, and that thing will go. Same thing here. Because all of a sudden your guide says, hey, redfish, 9 o'clock, 15 feet. You're going to have to dump that fly on it. If you take this much time, it's not going to work. So we're going to have different tactics for different kinds of distances. So walk around and do it, or just pick the blue cone and just aim at the blue cone. Over and over and over again. So that's one good drill. Now I'm going to do the same thing backhanded because, again, I don't get to cast with my forehand all the time. So I'm going to do the same exact thing backhanded. A little bit dump cast. This is a lot harder because I'm not used to doing this as much. Pretty close. A little bit off to the left. Almost hit it. Almost hit it. Matter of fact, it hit the cone. Now we're going to try that big far away one. Ooh, almost got it. Now we got to do this, this blue one right here, and I got way too much line out. How am I going to do it? But I want to get there as fast as I can. Almost. A little bit far. Now we're going to get that orange one, the next orange one right over there. A little bit off to the left. A little bit off to the right. A little bit off to the right. Got to compensate for the wind. There it is. Now far blue one. Long cast. Stepping on a line would help. Way off to the right. So I missed that by a bunch. There we go. Pretty close, within 2 or 3 feet. So off shoulder, just working on your accuracy. And accuracy off shoulder or opposite shoulder, with this happens to be with the Barnegat Bay. I could also do it this way. If I'd rather do it this way, I can do it this way. So different kinds of casts, different kinds of situations. You can do the same thing with any kind. You can do it with what we talked about with the constant tension cast. So now I'm going to pick it up and throw a constant tension cast. Two things I'm doing with this wind into me. Number one, I'm hauling on almost every single cast. And number two, I'm shooting line.